20 points or like 50, 60 points.
Yeah,
Like
I saw that last week. Like I saw did you even hit 60 last week? I don't know what your
last
score was, but I was like, what did did you
last
bench
week I
press
got
last week? It was
six.
brutal.
Last week I got 59 points. CJ
Yeah,
Stroud five
yeah, which is
five
crazy.
points. Jaden Reed 2 points. Tank Dell 0. For some
Yeah.
reason I started Bub Means 5 points.
Yeah.
Zach Moss
Which
five
is a joke
points.
that he was your best guy.
Dude, the only person that got over 10 points was Josh Jacobs with 17 points. The
That's
next
crazy.
highest was 7.8 points. Like that is brutal.
That's
Fantasy's
hilarious.
been cruel this year. I feel like
Yeah,
it's not,
like last week, I like what I was just telling you about. Um, I started Taylor last week, and he didn't even
yeah.
play. After the
Yeah.
4 o'clock games, the score was 35-28 for
Oh
fantasy.
god.
It was like both of
Oh,
our
that's
teams were
gross.
just so bad.
Yeah.
In week 3, I scored 59 points, 59.2 points. Like I've
Yeah.
scored 59 points twice this year. Somehow I'm still 3 and
Yeah, you're
4,
still doing
I
well.
think.
Like I've never had like I think I had 1 week that bad, but like for the most part, I'm getting like 100. It's just like I face every single person that has like their best week ever.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
points
So
against is like by far the highest in the
oh,
league.
like it's
It
insane. I
sucks.
definitely have the most points against, I feel like, in the league, but
Yeah, you do. It's by like 100 points.
yeah,
that's tough.
so but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Fantasy is just it's cruel for me this year, so Dynasty's going well for me, so I can't complain about that.
Yeah, dude, you know who's an absolute fart? Chris Olave, man. Dude's a fart.
Oh yeah, I had to trade him. I
Dude
couldn't deal with him
sucks.
anymore.
You traded him?
Yeah, I traded him in our home league, like the one with Jalen Hurts and everyone. Because I was like,
Oh,
I
you.
can't deal with this guy. Like,
Oh,
he's
right.
burned me too
Okay.
many times.
But you still have him in your dynasty league, eh?
Yeah, well,
In one of them.
I'm stuck with him there. Hopefully, he gets a quarterback that actually likes him.
Or gets traded.
That doesn't
Y-
look like
Yeah.
an albino piece of broccoli.
Oh my god. Which they're
Uh,
sticking with him for this week 8, so we'll see how that goes.
it's kind of funny though, because they threw Jake Hayner in there and he like did pretty well, but like they're
Right?
still
I'm like,
stick,
I don't know why they. I don't know. I guess
they're
we got to
still
see what they
sticking with
have,
him.
but
Yeah, that's interesting.
Speaking of the
yeah,
Saints, Alvin Kamara just signed a 2-year, what is it, $22 million contract, so he'll be
yeah.
there for
Which
two
I'm
years.
kind of surprised by.
Right after trade rumors too.
Yeah, I thought he would be traded for sure.
Yeah.
It's so funny how like there's some players in the league that like they prioritize winning a ring and they'll like jump team to team like Devontae
Yep.
Adams. But then there's guys that just don't care. They just stay where they are. They stay
Alvin
put.
Kamara does
Alvin
not
Kamara
care
does
about
not care.
anything.
You
He
know what?
doesn't care
That New
about winning,
Orleans food
losing.
must like he must
Yeah.
love the culture in New Orleans and the food. Like I don't know, this guy like never wants to leave.
I've
I think
actually
he's
like never
just
seen him like fired up about a loss or anything. Like he's
No,
just
like nothing.
just goes in, does his job, catches
Yep.
like 9 passes a
Yep.
game, and
does he even
goes home.
talk at like post game interviews? Does he even have any? I don't think
I've
I've ever
never
heard the
seen
guy
it.
talk.
No, I don't think I've ever seen it.
I feel like if you like do the NFL wrong, like you get suspended for something, they just like kind of shun you. You don't see any like media coverage on them.
Do you think
Yeah.
that's what it is? He got suspended and then they're like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore.
How often have you seen Deshaun Watson's press conferences? I've never seen them publicized.
Yeah, but
I've
I
looked them
feel
up
like
and
you
seen them, but
I feel like if you advertise Deshaun Watson press conference, like he's just gonna get booed the whole time, or like they're gonna ask him about like his charges and everything. It's gonna be bad prep.
dude,
Yeah.
they barely have. They actually the Browns don't have a single primetime game this year.
Yeah.
Almost every single one of their games is 1 o'clock, and they definitely did that on purpose, like just to like.
Oh, for sure.
Just to
For sure.
hide Chris
Just to hide him.
Collinsworth talking about John Watson.
He would have went off on them. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what'd you guys think of Devontae Adams' debut there against the Steelers?
Kind of went as I expected. I didn't expect too much from him.
His highlight was that
What, the tackle?
touchdown saving tackle.
Yeah,
The Superman dive.
yeah.
He's like, I'm not gonna let you. I'd seen this
Dude.
meme. It was like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
let you score on my boyfriend or something like that. It's just him
Yeah.
diving.
Dude, how annoyed would you be if you lost to the Steelers 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah,
Bro.
especially that.
Like, what are
Like,
the odds of that?
and you lost to both quarterbacks. That's what's bad about it. Like, you lost to Justin Fields and then Russell Wilson. Like,
Yeah.
I will
They
say though, hats off to Mike Tomlin for like keeping Russ in the game, because if I was a coach, I would have pulled him after that like garbage screen throw, like that was like 4 yards behind the receiver. I don't know if you guys saw that play.
Yeah,
where
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah.
So
Or,
I
like,
kind of
Tom
saw
was
an
just
interesting
looking up.
thing about it too. That I didn't realize the Steelers have to give up a 4th-round pick if they play Fields too much.
Yeah, that was one of the conditions. So
So
it
like I
makes
feel like that
sense.
kind of had something to do with it. Why they are now benching him. Like don't get me wrong, Russ played well, but like did he
Another
justify a
thing
start
is
in
though,
that game?
like who cares about a 4th round pick?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't think
Exactly,
I don't
exactly.
think that's a fact. I don't think that was a factor. I think just the fact that like Russell, like yeah, like Fields was playing good, but like I don't know. I feel like you have to kind of. It was probably a
Fields has
camp
also
thing.
never played a playoff game, so like if they're thinking of the playoffs, like what
Yeah.
quarterback's going to succeed in the postseason? You know what I mean?
Well, like
And he actually made the receivers relevant, I feel like, for once.
yeah.
Yeah,
Plus
George
nice.
Pickens had
Wilson
like
has
his best
a
week.
ring, but also his moon ball. Like you know what, like his moon ball. Like you've
Yeah.
ever heard of that, right?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
He doesn't look like Russ. Doesn't look like he looks old now. You know what I mean? Like his throws
Yeah.
aren't as far. Like he kind of underthrew Pickens a couple times in that game.
Yep,
He still made a catch. Pickens is if Pickens could be a great receiver if
he could. He
like
does.
you know what I
Oh my
mean.
God.
He could be his
Yeah.
attitude's one problem, but I don't know. I could see like I think Russ is gonna take a bit of time to kind of get into that role, but I think he's gonna like I think he has upside. I think he's gonna be in the top half versus the lower half of the QBs this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's also another thing is like obviously Russ didn't chase like money. He went to the Steelers for like the veterans minimum, which is kind of a favor for the Steelers, you know what I mean? Like he didn't really have to sign for that low. Like he's making by far the lowest
he's barely
every
making.
single
But
starting.
did he-
He's
did he
making
not-
less
He's
than
also
Andy
still
Dalton.
making
not get
Broncos
traded?
money though.
Did he not get traded though? Yeah, I was gonna say, did he not
Yeah.
get traded? Like the
No,
Broncos just
no,
got.
he did not. He didn't get traded.
Yeah, he did.
No, he did. He got traded, but
He had
like
to.
I'm
Because
talking
the
about
Broncos-
Russ.
Russell Wilson got
No,
traded.
Russ got waived. Russ got released.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's right.
oh
He didn't
yeah,
get traded
sorry.
because of the
He
dead
didn't
But he
get
cap.
has
traded.
still he has that
Oh,
cap though,
that's
like
what I
it's
was wondering
guaranteed.
because of the dead cap. Yeah, so they just waived him.
Yeah, because he's like at the end of the day, Russ is still bringing home like 40 million this year from the Broncos. But like
Yeah.
Yeah.
he could have signed for I'm sure a team would have offered him more. But he went there probably for like the best opportunity to like start, and like you know the Steelers do have like a decent foundation and they do have a winning culture, so it makes sense for both parties. But like to have him kind of rot behind like a 24, 25-year-old quarterback, it doesn't sound like very respectful to like a quarterback who's won a Super Bowl, was once one of like the top dogs. You know what I mean? Like still a
Yeah.
middle of that quarterback. I'd say he's like just below average. I'd say he's average. Like he's in the middle there.
I put him average. Like I think he's better than a lot of the random ones that they have out there right now. So
I would definitely put him average. I mean, look at the quarterback
Yeah.
play this year.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Look at-
would you rather
look
have
at-
Russell Wilson or Will Levis?
But think about it, right? The guy
Even like the
leading
top dogs, like the top dogs over the last couple seasons, like Jalen
Well,
Hurts, C.J.
Look
Stroud,
at Patrick
not
Mahomes.
like Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
great example.
Like he's leading the MVP race. Like maybe not after this week, but
He
he's
shouldn't, but
you know what I
he's
mean.
leading.
Like,
Brock Purdy's been lackluster.
like Trevor Lawrence has better stats than Brock Purdy and Pat Mahomes this year, and everybody talks terribly down on him. You know what I mean?
I think something has to be said about how integral that Chiefs defense really is, man. Like they are
it's ridiculous.
by far winning them each and every one of those games.
Well,
Oh,
they
yeah, they
haven't.
kept-
You go ahead, Jeff.
They literally kept them in every game. Like besides like Pat Mahomes probably has like what one of the most INTs this year.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
leading
leading
the
the
league
league,
in INTs.
Yeah,
But also, the defense hasn't allowed a 300-yard passer in. I don't even know what the stat is. They haven't allowed. I think since the
Since
Eagles.
2018.
Since the Eagles Super
2018,
Bowl.
They haven't.
really?
Since
didn't
the
realize that
Eagles,
long.
since the Eagles Super Bowl, they haven't allowed a 300-yard passing or 300
Oh,
yard.
yeah.
I saw a
300
stat. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Connor.
I think it was 300 yards in a game. Actually, I don't even think it was passing. I think it was just 300 yards in a game.
I saw a stat that it said that the Chiefs haven't lost by 40 points since 2018. Like, how crazy is that?
By
Or
40
they
points.
haven't let
Like they haven't given up.
opposing
Given up.
team score 40 points since 2018.
40 points is a lot though.
That's a lot. But
That is a lot, but it happens to everybody. It's happened to your Bills.
Did the Bills get dropped? Was it 40?
Cardinals
uh,
dropped.
Was it 40 this year? Because I know
thought
they
it was
lost
40.
bad. They lost bad to the Ravens.
That's like every other game for the Panthers.
Hey.
Damn.
we're just locking up the top 3 pick. It's all right.
Dude, the Panthers made Marcus Mariota look like an absolute
Oh.
dog this week.
He is a
We're
dog.
literally
I
we're
love
making
Mariota.
every quarterback look like the
Yeah,
greatest guy
Mariota's
ever.
a dog. He's a Shih Tzu is what he is. He's a bitch.
Yeah, he's an old dog.
Yeah. Which like he's gonna have another start this week, is from what it sounds like. So
It's funny too, cause he barely rushed the ball. Like he was like just sitting in the pocket passing. Like he only had 4 incompletions the whole game.
He's also
But the
he's
game was
also
also
old as hell
blown
now. Yeah, blowing it, but Mariota's also old as hell now. He's not.
He's
the
not
Oregon-
that
can't
old.
run like he
he's,
did.
He's 20. He's 29, bro. He's not
That's
that
yeah,
old.
but he's a rushing QB. He can't run like he used to.
He's the
Yeah.
same. He's a year older than Lamar Jackson. Can you think about how crazy that is?
That is crazy.
Is
I
he,
didn't even realize
is he
that.
only a year older than Lamar Jackson?
Because Lamar stayed in college longer than Mariota. Mariota like he
Well,
declared
Mariota
really-
knew. He had to get his money quick before they realized what he was. So
It's actually hilarious though, because you look back, like, man, Lamar had to prove absolutely everything in
he
college.
still has to prove everything.
It's like it's crazy. Like he fell to like the 24th pick in that draft,
Yep.
and Mariota goes first overall.
Was it 24? I thought it was later. I thought it was like
It might have been
second
later. It
round.
might have been like the.
He was close to second round. Like he was like 32 or something.
Yeah, it's just crazy to think about.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
But
what was your guys' favorite game of the week?
I would say Monday night. Monday night was like so back and forth.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Which one?
Actually,
A good one.
not the Cardinals
Yeah.
one.
The Ravens and
I was gonna say.
The Ravens and Bucks.
let's be honest. No one was watching the Chargers and Cardinals except for Cardinals and Chargers fans. I'm sorry.
Dude, it drove me crazy seeing Todd Bowles keep the starting offense out there when they're down like 16 points. They got a minute
Yeah.
left, and they can't onside because they already did. It's like,
So to go on with that rule, like you can only do it. Is it once or twice per game? Like I didn't look that
you
hard
can only
into
do it twice a game.
Hmm.
And I think they already did it.
Yeah.
So what
But
kind of bothered me the most about that is that like you already lost Mike Evans for that game. Like he acted like his hamstring looked like it ripped off his body. So he
Yeah.
reacted.
I think he's gonna, like, just a quick side note. I think he's gonna come back this year. I don't think he's done for the year. I think he's gonna go on IR and he'll probably come back.
Mike
Who,
Evans
Mike
is
Evans
gonna
or
come back, but
Godwin?
Chris Godwin's done.
No,
Chris
Godwin's done. Godwin's.
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah.
done.
Godwin's done.
Yeah, but Evans, there's a chance he'll come back. But like at the same time, I don't know if you're gonna say that, but why are you, like, you're down 10? I don't think you're gonna win the game.
Yeah, there's no chance you're gonna win the game.
Is it? Why are you playing? Like, why your starters?
It was already garbage time, like beginning of the
You know what I
fourth.
mean? Like, why not just throw in some guys, get some playing time, and
Yeah, get McMillan going because he's gonna have to be your future now a lot faster.
My favorite
Yeah.
game of the week was the Lions and Vikings, though, man. That was
Oh,
such
by
a good
far.
game.
Oh, that was good too. Like,
yeah.
That Jake Bates kick, the XFL legend himself. It was a good back and forth game.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. Amon-Ra is such a good receiver too.
Did you guys see Jamison Williams is suspended for 2 games for
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
not even
Did you-
PEDs. It was for stimulant or diuretic use, which is like
Something, yeah.
it's like either you're using diuretics to like flush something out that you shouldn't be using, or you're using stimulants for what? What are you using stimulants for, bro?
Yeah, for
Like,
what?
you
One
already
catch
seem
for
to
negative
like-
4 yards.
So like, just throwing a question out there, like at this point, if you're the Lions, do you still deal with this after this, like after his rookie contract, or like, what are you doing with this guy? Because it seems like there's always something with him.
It's hard to say because
I
that
don't
like
know.
I feel like
I-
the Lions are
Oh,
the
I
type
think-
of culture to like ship them to like the Browns or something. You know, like just say, all right, you've had too many chances because he already got suspended for the gambling.
He got suspended last
Eh.
year. Was it last year or or
Yeah, I think it was last year. Because his first season he was recovering from an ACL, barely played. Next season,
Which I'm like, okay,
suspension.
sure, injury, whatever.
But then now you're still getting like you're still facing suspensions. It's like I feel like the Lions. That's a good touching point. Like, will the Lions just say, you know what, we're just gonna use Josh Reynolds the rest of the year? Is he still on the team, or is it Khalif Raymond? I think it's Khalif Raymond.
Khalif Raymond.
It's
And
Khalif Raymond.
they have Tim Patrick now too, who's looked pretty decent. So
Yeah. But they also have a tight end now that they can play with. Like Sam Laporte is like he's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Realistically, though, they probably will just let him play because he doesn't make a lot of impact on the stat sheet. Like he doesn't command like 5+ receptions a game. But like if you watch the film, he's always taking that safety away, and that's why Amon-Ra has the success he does
Yeah.
a lot of games.
Yeah, his speed
that's it.
is game changing.
yep.
It opens up the offense. So it's I don't think that I don't see them doing anything, but
I'm not this year. I think like in the off season they may trade him away or like trade
Yeah.
for something else. But
if this team still had Aiden Hutchinson, they would have been like probably number 2 on my power rankings right now. But just that injury is huge, man.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they're
it's
still a
rough.
great team all around. Like they're still a dominant team, and
Yeah.
to add on to that, the rumors of I don't know if you guys heard of these Max Crosby. I think every Detroit fan
yeah,
wants
I've
Max
heard
Crosby
that.
to go to
I've
Detroit.
heard that one.
I saw
Which,
that he's been
If
getting
he
like
makes
crazy
it to,
DMs.
if he actually makes it to Detroit, wow.
But like
I don't
thinking
know.
about that even from past this season, imagine Aiden Hutchinson on the left and Max Crosby on the right.
It'll be insane.
That'd be ridiculous. Like, how can you even afford that? You got to pay Hutchinson at some point.
Yeah. Yep. And
Well,
Crosby, did he already get paid? I think he got paid. But
Yeah, he's under a decent contract.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but still, when that's up, and if he keeps on, like he's only getting better right now. If he keeps performing,
You'd have to get the Raiders to eat up some of the contract. That's the only way that trade works. But
Yeah.
you'd have to
Yeah.
give up a lot of capital for that.
but the Raiders aren't going to do that.
no,
The Raiders
not.
didn't take on any of Devontae Adams' contract. They said
They
that's why.
didn't?
No, they didn't. That's why they only got like a 4th or 5th round pick for him.
And that's also why he
Makes
didn't go to the Chiefs because the Chiefs don't like spending money.
They don't
Well,
have
they had
it.
it.
Yeah,
They're so cheap. Like,
Somehow the
dude,
Jets do though. Like, how do the Jets still have money?
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know
I don't
with
get that
all
one.
with all the moves they make. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think their defense is kind of young. No, not really actually.
It's kind of
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
though. Devontae Adams gets traded, and Hassan Reddick magically comes back to the team.
Yep.
He's gonna
Yeah.
play for next week.
I'm
Let's
good,
get a
guys. I'm
deal
good.
worked out. Let's get a deal worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I like in my head, the Jets are still the Jets, but
Oh, yeah,
I know
for sure.
I know what Aaron Rodgers can do. Aaron Rodgers has the capabilities of turning the table. We just don't know if it's still in him or not. He's
Sure.
he's the type of guy to lead an offense from like a what are they right now 2-5? Like they can
Yeah.
they could go
Yeah,
like
2-5.
they could go 11
but-
and 6.
I don't
12 and
see them
7.
running the table with the people they have in front of them now, though.
Or
That's
12-5. Yeah. But I don't.
They need to go on a historical run. That, you know what they need to do?
Yeah.
You remember when the Bills were like was it
Yeah,
last
when they won
season
the
where
last
they-
six. Yeah, when they won the last
Yeah,
6 games to win the AFC East, and like they had to beat they lost to the Eagles, but then they had to beat the Chiefs, they had to beat the Cowboys, they had to beat all of these teams and go on that run just to win.
The thing
Yeah.
about the Jets though is they have the worst injury bug. Like out of almost like they've got to be like at the top of the NFL for the injury bug this year. Like they're
Yeah,
missing
I
so
give it
many.
to 49ers.
Absolutely, the 49ers.
49. Yeah, that's why I didn't say the most, but like
Yeah.
they got to be like up there.
It-
But like
yeah,
they're
they're
missing
definitely
so
up
many
there.
guys on the defense. They're missing like 3 of their starting O linemen. Like they just have been completely riddled with injuries. And like a guy like Aaron Rodgers, he's 40 years old. He needs time.
He
in the
relies on the
pocket.
D.
And he needs to rely on his O line. Like he's not scrambling around. He's also dealing with a lot of injuries. I don't know if you guys saw. He's got like
Yeah.
like a knee injury,
I
a
saw
hand
something,
injury,
yeah.
a rib
He's so
injury.
beat up. He's an old man.
He's getting killed out there. So are we surprised he's getting hurt now?
I think the only reasons Kirk Cousins is like somewhat serviceable is because of the O line. Without
Mm-hmm.
without that O line, like he would get killed the same way.
Yep.
So it's hard to say. That window's this season and next season. I don't see there being any success for the Jets after that. You know what I mean?
I feel like this is I feel like their window's only this year. Like I don't think they can go one more year.
Are they even like is Devontae Adams gonna like how long's that contract? Is
He
it
has
done
one
after
more
this
year
year?
after this.
Oh,
Is it
okay,
one?
so
Yeah.
I would say this year, the next year too, yeah. Because at that point, what Garrett Wilson's probably at his 5th-year option.
Let's
Yeah.
talk
He's
about
probably got
Garrett
to get
Wilson,
paid soon.
dude.
What?
That guy dropped like some wide open passes in that game.
I
If you
don't
guys
know.
watched that,
He's not known for really dropping a pass either, so I don't know what got into him that game. Because usually he's pretty sure-handed.
it's been it's been an underwhelming season for him like all year though. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what it
the
is.
Jets, but it's the entire Jets like it's the entire team. Like we had the Jets 13-4 for crying out loud this year.
Well, it's
Yeah,
it's
that's
hard
killing us.
it's hard to project them having a worse start to the season than the last 2 years with Zach Wilson under center. Like they've
Exactly.
had
Well, yeah, they had a better record with Zach Wilson.
and Garrett Wilson was producing more with Zach Wilson somehow. I don't know how, because he'd have like 60-yard games for passing yards. It's like,
I
And
think
all 60 went to Garrett Wilson.
yeah,
I think the problem is that like Garrett Wilson playing with Zach Wilson and Aaron Rodgers is that like Aaron Rodgers only throws like he throws like certain balls in certain spots to players, whereas like Zach Wilson like he doesn't have that mindset. He kind of just throws to like where he thinks the guy should be. Whereas like here, Aaron Rodgers is like, I expect you to turn your shoulder and catch the ball here in this spot. Like he's very like particular with how he wants you to catch the ball.
it kind of almost makes sense as to why he's always like stuck with the same like group of
Yeah,
guys
no,
in his
it makes so much
receiver
sense
room.
now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It definitely is a learning curve, I'm sure. Like for
Yeah.
for receivers that have to like get used to that, because Aaron Rodgers does throw a different type of football. Like they're so anticipated in
Yeah.
comparison to like your run of the mill quarterback.
Yeah, you can't just like. I feel like Garrett Wilson. Maybe like it'll take like it's still. I mean, I'm saying only week 7. It's almost halfway through the year, but like I think maybe throughout the year, towards the end of the season, if they do go on a run, Garrett Wilson's going to have those 120, 130-yard games, just because it's only been one season with A-Rod. Well, 2 seasons,
Yeah.
but one season with
One
A-Rod,
like
right?
official. Yeah.
So like Isaac said, that ball is different, and like you said, Jeff, like you want it on the back shoulder, he's gonna put it exactly where he's gonna want it. But like
Yeah.
as a new receiver, that's hard to adjust to. Whereas, I mean, a little underwhelming for sure. Devontae Adams, I thought they were gonna connect on a little more. We'll see, maybe see if it picks
We'll
up.
see.
But like
We'll see how this week goes.
I thought he looked good in a Jets uniform. I thought it was all right.
I think Con is frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen. You
Hello?
just froze.
You just froze.
Yeah, no, I was just saying. Whoops, I don't know why. I was just saying how like he looked good in the Jets uniform. He didn't look like he was out of place, and it was nostalgic. But we'll see what happens.
I think so. Kind of just a little kind of off topic, but not really, because we're talking about Garrett Wilson. But like, you take that Ohio State receiver room: Marvin Harrison Jr., Jackson Smith and Jigba, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson. None of them have flourished into like a top 5 receiver in the league. And then you look at like
LSU,
and then you look at the LSU receivers,
Yeah.
and you look at how Malik Neighbors is doing this year. You look at Jamar Chase in his rookie year. You look at Justin Jefferson as a rookie year. Then you go back like Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham. Man, if you are taking a rookie receiver,
I'm just looking at
even
LSU
Brian
guys.
Thomas.
LSU, yeah,
Brian
just-
Thomas.
LSU,
Just
yeah.
go LSU. Don't bother
Go
with
LSU.
Don't get cute. Don't take
Yeah.
your Lad McConkey with 700 yards on the season in college. Don't take those
Don't,
guys.
don't fall for the Alabama trap, pretty much. Like Alabama's just one of those like
No. And like,
Yeah.
don't get cute with like yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's such a proven school for receivers. It's crazy.
like out of Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr. Like Drake London's kind of the best one, but at the
So
same
far.
time, it's not by that much. It's just kind of like it seems like now he has a quarterback that throws to him.
I think
I
Drake
agree,
London
yeah.
went to where did he go? He went to
I thought he went to Ohio
Good.
State too.
no. I think Drake London went to what's that school? It's the I think it's the yellow and red one.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up.
USC.
I think he went to USC.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, he went to USC.
USC.
Yeah,
The yellow and red one.
because Drake
Yeah, London.
Drake London and Garrett Wilson got drafted. In the
Yeah,
same
like
draft
near
class.
each other, right?
Yeah, Drake London was the first off the board, and then Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson were shortly after. I think Chris
You know-
Olave went before Garrett Wilson.
You know who was like the
Wrong.
best?
I
Well,
think so.
I think Marvin Harrison was probably the best OSU receiver, but in terms of like the guys
Marvin
before,
Harrison didn't go to LSU.
OSU.
Oh,
Ohio State.
OSU.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think JSN was like he was a dog at OSU.
Dude, he was the best.
He
was
was.
the
He,
best
I
out
think
of the
I think
four.
he was the best
He
there.
was.
Yeah, he
was
was
the best.
a dog there.
Yeah.
Because OSU,
Like, to the point-
like, they could be wide receiver U as well, just not NFL. Like
That's the
LSU,
thing, though.
LSU
That's the thing,
college
like,
version.
They can't
Yeah.
really be because like none of their guys are top 5. Not
Yeah,
even
yeah,
close
yeah.
as of right now.
NFLSU.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just great college and like pretty good receivers in the NFL, but like they're not touching the top dogs. You know,
No.
I right now, and like I'm rooting for Marvin Harrison. He's on my favorite team, but like I can't deny how good Malik Neighbors looks. Like he looks phenomenal. Even Brian Thomas coming down with absolutely everything. I
Like,
think like
to be-
it's hard
like-
too because the Cardinals they don't have the same like they don't have the same scheme, and they're not nearly as pass heavy as like I think anyone anticipated.
You want to know you want to know a stat though, Isaac, about Marvin Harrison? He has the third highest uncatchable ball rate in the NFL, meaning that the targets that he gets, and this is behind I forget the other two, but he's a third, meaning that the balls that Kyler throw to him, I think like the third that percentage of the percentage of uncatchable balls are like the third highest. So basically
Yeah.
meaning that like it's not his fault that he's not getting any yards.
Yeah,
It-
and
it's
it
not
doesn't
that-
seem
yeah.
like it. I was expecting more from Arizona's offense. Like they look so stagnant. I don't know what it is. They depend like way too heavily on the run when they have weapons on offense. You've got
But I feel like they have no
Right.
protection.
they don't, but you have a rushing quarterback for a reason, and he barely
Mhm.
rushes.
That's true.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he does, he
Barely
scores
rushed
40
this
plus
week. Yeah.
touchdowns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this week, he had a great.
He had another good
touchdown.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
last
James
2
Conner
weeks
this
he's been
week
running
also.
more, but
James Conner also looks pretty awesome. Like, he looks
Yeah.
like a good. Like, he looks like he's been an efficient running back.
Oh, he's solid.
Greg Dortch is hilarious. He'll just have weeks where he seems like the best wide receiver
The
team in
best
the
guy
league,
ever. Yeah.
and then have other weeks where he just looks like I don't know how he got a job,
Yeah.
but
yeah, Michael Wilson's like such like an average.
What's going on with that guy?
Whatever receiver, man. Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking he was gonna have a decent season, like as a wide receiver too in that offense, but it just hasn't flourished.
I don't even know if he's wide receiver too some weeks.
where's Zay Jones? Is he hurt?
No,
Thought he's
he was
back.
suspended. He was suspended for PEDs, but he's back.
Yeah,
played-
okay.
he played
Just
this
say,
week.
I just thought-
He played like against the Chargers.
Yeah, I don't know if
Did
he
he
had a
actually play?
reception. But yeah, he played. He was up there.
He was there.
He was in a uniform. He was on the field. He
I
was
honestly
making,
don't remember seeing it.
What
He
about
was
number
running
0?
routes.
What about number 0 that we saw at the game? What's his name?
Oh, Pascal? No, he didn't play.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was funny.
Pascal.
Jeff, did we ever tell you about that?
No.
Oh, dude, we when we were at the Buffalo game, man, the Buffalo fans were haggling Zach Pascal, and
Yeah.
Zach
Really?
was like, getting so pissed on the sidelines, and he was
Really?
like, he was telling this one guy to like meet him outside after the game. He's not shit, all this stuff. It was
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Well, the first quarter he was all like fine
'Cause
because
Car-
you're
Cardinals
up
were
10
up.
Yeah, you guys were up a little bit, and then
Oh, okay.
later into the game, like he played specials and then he went in for like one offensive snap, I think, but
Yeah.
he was just funny.
did
The whole
nothing. He
section
did
was haggling
nothing.
him. Literally
Didn't
just
touch
ran
the
a go
football
route. Yeah,
once.
no, just
Damn.
just literally took. He was doing cardio all day.
And then they just got chirped all that second half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it was,
funny.
I feel like it was a kind of an underwhelming game for football, though, or week for football. Like even the Seahawks and Falcons was a blowout. The Texans and Packers, like you would think those two teams are like offensive juggernauts, but like it was a defensive game really. Both quarterbacks didn't do very well.
Even that one was a close game. Like that one went down to a kick too, right?
Yeah.
So,
Bengals and Browns was on paper doesn't look like a blowout, but it was a blowout most of the game.
Yeah,
Teams
that
just threw
game
late.
was way worse than the score suggests.
Yeah, it was 21-6 for like the entire fourth quarter until like the last 2 minutes, and they didn't have any timeouts. Yeah, but let's talk about Saquon, dude. Did you guys see that clip where the Eagles, one of the Eagles coaches came over and they're like, "You're 11 yards off of your season high."
Was that not Sirianni? Was that not Sirianni?
Might have been. I
no,
didn't
I thought
see
it was the offensive coordinator or something.
Oh, weird. I thought that was Sirianni, but yeah, I saw that.
But like, and then he's just like, "Oh man, I want to see the young boys eat. I'm good." And like, he was 11 yards away from breaking his rushing record against his former team. And like, dude, what a good teammate to have on your team. To say that, like, just swallow your pride and just like be a leader on your team. Like,
It also makes me more mad that the Giants let him go.
Oh.
Like,
If I'm
I'm
a
glad.
Giants fan,
Don't get me
I'm
wrong.
sick.
I'm glad the Giants let him go, but like, if I'm a Giants fan, I am losing my mind right now.
Like,
That you let him go.
Pay the man. In the grand
Literally.
scheme of things, they're running backs. You don't really got to pay them $50 million a year.
No,
pay the man an extra couple million dollars a year.
And that's what it was.
Dude, all he was asking for was for the Giants to match the Eagles contract, and they didn't.
Yeah, and
That's all he
then
was
he
asking
gave them
for.
a chance to match it, and they're like, "No, we're good. We're gonna figure out what we have here."
I'm glad he
now
left.
you're stuck with Tyrone Tracy.
No,
Yeah,
I'm glad he left. I'm glad he left. I just feel
I'm
bad
glad
for
he
the
left.
fans. Like,
Yeah.
like
Because he's
I
the
don't know.
only reason that team has been
Relevant.
in the last like
Relevant.
6 years. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Daniel Jones keeps them relevant, but not for the good reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's talk
so-
about Dexter Lawrence, though. Dexter Lawrence is third in sacks in the league as a D tackle.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
That's pretty good.
How?
I actually didn't even know that.
Like, that's
You know
insane.
why though? Probably because they're always on defense.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
But, dude, he's also like 340 pounds. Like,
Yeah. No, he's insane though.
he's agile for a D tackle. And also, D tackles get double teamed a lot because the center comes and helps. And he's
Yeah.
still beating the line, man. Like, he's getting doubled every play, and he's the D tackle third in sacks. Like, crazy.
Yeah.
That is pretty crazy. That is, but he's been dominant for a little bit now, no?
He's another guy. I've never seen him in a
Yeah,
press
he has.
conference. Never seen him complain. Never seen him say,
Yeah.
this sucks.
He
I want to
just-
be a
he
different
just
team.
does his job, goes home.
Does his job, goes home, clocks in, gets a couple sacks, goes home.
Yeah.
Literally. Another
Job
day,
well done today.
another day at the office for the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, next podcast we should do how many beers we would have with each starting quarterback in the league. I think that'd be
Yeah,
funny.
we could do that. We could do
Yeah.
that.
I'm trying to think who my number one would be, but
Have you seen the there was a trend going around where they would put a girl filter on the quarterbacks, and how many beers would it take to
yeah,
bang the
I saw that.
quarterback?
I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's some pretty
yeah.
funny ones.
Yeah, there was like Matthew Stafford was like 7.
Yeah.
Matthew's no,
Yeah.
Matthew, I thought
No,
Matthew
no.
Stafford
Russell
had
Wilson.
2 beers.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson was 0.
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah. No, there was
If I
a
can
bad
recall
one. I
correctly.
forget who.
I can't remember who the bad one was.
I
I'd have to
know.
look it up.
I know Matt
Carson.
Ryan had a really funny one.
Carson Beck, it would have to be
Carson
liver
Beck would be-
cirrhosis, alcohol poisoning.
it'd be 24 beers and just a Mickey.
It would have to be
Yeah.
it would have to be like a fentanyl joint.
Yeah.
How bad do you want this?
Oh man. Yeah, that was I would say though the Lions and Vikings was probably the only like close game. Well, the Titans and Bills, they
Lions or
were
Bills were
close
pretty
for the
close.
first half, but then the Bills kind of pulled away in the second
Yeah,
half.
but then Josh Allen showed why he should be the MVP of the league.
What'd you think of Amari's debut there, Colin?
I don't know. He looks like he doesn't care about football. Like,
He's
he
another
gives me
guy.
that-
He's another guy. I don't even know what he sounds like. What does he sound like?
I don't know,
Never seen
man.
him speak.
I've
Does he
never seen
speak?
I've never seen his teeth in my life. He's never smiled.
He's got nothing to smile about, guys. Give him a break.
Yeah,
Been in
he's been on the
Cleveland.
Raiders and the
Been in
Browns
Cleveland.
and the
Ravens,
Cowboys.
yeah, Raiders to the Cowboys to Cleveland. But honestly, like he brings a certain level of presence to the game that you have to respect from a receiver, which I mean allows other guys to kind of like get open. We had 3 guys that were over 60 yards probably for the first time
Coleman had the game
this
of his
year.
life.
Coleman had a breakout game. He only had 4 catches, but he went for 125. Shakir had
No touchdown.
no touchdown either because he's slow. Shakir had, I think, 7 catches for 60, and then Amari had 4 catches for 60, 67, something like that with that touchdown on the
Did
post.
Kincaid do anything or?
No, he didn't need to.
He doesn't really
That
average.
guy-
Like
that
he gets
guy
like
does-
his
that
4
guy is,
catches
like,
for like 50 or something yards.
That guy is like the most passive tight end in the league. It seems like he's going 4th round in fantasy drafts. Jeff,
Yeah, but also like
Yeah.
they also like it was his first year and he looked good. I mean, there's no
on
McBride
paper
or
made
anything,
sense
but-
because there's no other like weapons solidified on the team before Amari came into the line.
But to be fair, Derrick Henry was going low, and look what happened.
Yeah,
yeah.
he was
Well,
falling.
that's because everyone
third
called
round.
him washed. Like
Yeah, and then
Dude,
he went to
every
a team
single
that
fantasy expert was
Every single
saying to
one
avoid him.
was saying fade.
yeah, fade this
and
guy.
I
He's
did.
not good.
I took Josh Jacobs over Derrick Henry.
I know
Like,
we were
I'm an
talking
idiot.
about that like a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago. It's like why wouldn't a beast of a running back do good in a run heavy offense? It's like
Yeah.
oh yeah,
With
fade
a good
that.
offensive line, and yeah, it
Fade
made
the
no.
hell out of that.
It makes
yeah.
no sense now.
Yeah,
Like,
because they
yeah.
also don't really like using Lamar Jackson at the goal line because they don't want him to get injured. So it
Well, it makes sense.
so
Like,
much
And
sense.
I don't want
older he
Fields in
gets,
there.
right?
Derrick.
The older he
Yeah.
gets, the less you want him to run.
Yeah. Plus, he has the weapons at the goal, like in the red zone, that like he doesn't need to ever run there really, unless he's really desperate. Like Mark Andrews and like Isaiah Likely, like they're big targets. Just target them.
I
Going
see
back
him.
to what you said, to Con, about Josh Allen being the MVP, I don't know how you can say that when Lamar Jackson's playing the way he is.
Okay, I just meant in the running. I can't after the game that
He's in the
he had-
conversation.
after the game that if my argument is if Pat Mahomes could be in the conversation, why can't Josh Allen? 1, 2, Josh Allen
is
doesn't have a
crazy.
pick this year.
That
3,
is crazy.
I also don't think he's like a top. I would say top 2 guy in the conversation for the sole fact that that Ravens game that he had. Like that was just a brutal game. He went like I think that was the worst QBR in his career. So it's like I mean he's playing good football. He's not turning the ball over. He's not being an idiot. But at the same time, it's like Lamar's playing good. Jared Goff has like 5 incompletions in the last 4 games.
Jared Goff is actually the front runner right now, like on Vegas odds.
No, he's not. Stop.
Yes, he is. Yes,
I
he
would
is.
say so.
Look at
Really?
it.
5
He's the front
incompletions
runner.
in the last 4 games,
Okay, I get it. But I
and
don't
a
know.
receiving touchdown.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Looking
he's
at it now,
playing-
like, yeah, I get it from like looking at it like now, but like just
It's just
Sam
Jared
Darnold's
Goff.
been in the
you know what I mean? It's-
conversation.
exactly that's what it is.
Before
Yeah.
last game, I mean, Baker could have been in the conversation, except he threw some pretty bonehead picks. But
Yeah,
Yeah, Marlon
Baker
Humphrey's
looks
a dog.
like he looks lost out there when Mike Evans went down.
oh yeah, he looked like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
Yeah, but going back to, there's this funny stat that I saw, and I wonder if it's going to be true. Do you think there's ever going to be another 10,000-yard rusher in the NFL? Because Derrick Henry's kind of close, but then the gap between Derrick Henry and then all of the current rushers, like Zeke's like the second or the third closest, but he's not going to hit 10,000 because he's not going to get.
If Nick Chubb it comes back and he's 70% of what he was and he like continues to play football, I could see Nick Chubb hitting.
Because
it.
he's at
I
like
could see Nick Chubb. I could see
5,000.
Nick Chubb being like a
6,000.
Frank Gore, like playing till he's like 34, 35.
He would need to do that to hit it.
yeah. I don't know if there will be like
You know
because
what I
it's
mean?
very committee now. Like you don't
That's
really
what I'm
like
saying.
besides like Kyron Williams. There's no one really out there that's just by themselves doing
Like,
everything.
And Saquon too. He's getting old.
Arguably James Conner is, but
But
James
I don't
Conner's
think
not
James
even
Conner.
close.
He doesn't
James
have the
Conner's not
health to
even-
make it that. He doesn't
But
have
he's
the health
also-
to make it that far.
He's also
This
not
is
even
the
in the
healthiest-
conversation. Like,
This
he's
is
not
the
even.
healthiest James Conner. This season is the healthiest season for James Conner ever since he was
Yeah,
in the Spurs.
exactly.
And it's only week 7.
Yeah.
We're on to
So-
week 8 now, boy.
Yep.
Yeah, we are on to week 8. Any exciting games that you guys are looking at this week?
I'm excited for the Cardinals and Dolphins just to see Tua come back.
Yeah, I just see Tua tear up that Cardinals defense.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's going to be a good game. It's in Miami. I'm excited. There's a few games that I'm excited for.
Eagles
Even
Bengals is gonna look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is going to be a good game.
I gotta take it. Okay, hot take, and we'll talk about it later. But my sleeper this week's the Raiders.
Really,
Hope you
eh?
choose.
Against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
That would be insane. I
The
Divisional
Raiders do
games,
have their number.
crazy.
I'll give you that.
Aiden O'Connell was the last person to beat Patrick Mahomes. Just saying,
Yeah, but Aiden Connell's out now.
doesn't matter. The Raiders always win at least one game against the Chiefs. It's
That's
just
true.
a thing. It's
do you
it's
guys
a
want to just
divisional
go
thing.
Yeah.
over your sleepers and locks right now?
Well, I guess we're on it, so let's do it. And we're also talking about it next week. I'm gonna go with we'll start with sleepers, and it's
Let me get mine.
crazy
Right.
out there. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Raiders as my sleeper.
Let's hear your lock.
Or,
My lock.
Yeah, no, that's a sleeper. You said.
Okay, yeah, that's my sleeper. Lock. Let me take a peek for the locks because I didn't
give me a sec,
write
let
it
me-
down. Oh wow, there's some actually Ravens.
My
lock.
lock. Yeah, that was my lock. My lock is the Ravens and the Browns.
That's such a lock. It's ridiculous. Unless Jameis Winston comes out and just balls.
If Jameis Winston comes out and throws 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, they might have a chance.
They might have a chance, and it'd be a trap game.
Sure.
But my sleeper is actually the Patriots against the Jets in New England.
I don't hate that one.
Drake May has been playing quite well.
It's
Yeah.
in New England.
It's in New England, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a statement game for Devontae Adams and actually no, because Christian Gonzalez has been a dog this year, Loki.
And dude, I like Drake May. He's had like the best start out of he had time to kind of process like the
NFL.
playbook in the NFL, but like he had the best start in his first 2 games out of any quarterback. He had a better first 2 games than Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
So it's that's my sleeper because on the Vegas odds the Jets are favored. So
All right. My lock is the Packers against the Jaguars.
I could see that one going either way for some reason because Jordan Love is playing like a bonehead lately.
He is, but it's the Jaguars. Like, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna still be jet lagged from coming home from London from 2 weeks. So
Man,
I
they
like
should
that.
just
I
move
like that
to
take.
London. They should just
Right?
relocate to London.
they should
There's actually
just move
talks.
them to London.
There's actually talks about that. I swear to God, there's talks about that.
They should just keep them in London. Like, we don't want them here. Like, it's every season they're just
I've
playing.
actually never met a Jaguars fan.
The
Ever.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
I think they're all in London. That's why they
Yeah,
all live over the
Yeah,
they all live
they're
over
all-
the pond.
Yeah, it's funny.
That-
It's
But
because
my
they-
yeah.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Sorry. My sleeper is the Saints versus the Chargers.
Saints,
This
eh?
one, I feel like what's his name? Dennis
'Cause
Allen is
Derek Carr's
coaching
not
for his
gonna play
job
this
right
week.
now. I don't even know. I don't think Carr is playing, but I feel like Dennis Allen is playing. Like, he's coaching for his job right now.
Well,
Like, he
unfortunately, he can't throw
Yeah.
a football or catch a football for the Saints. So I
Yeah.
don't know if that's gonna happen.
You
Yeah.
know, do you guys see that meme I sent in the group? It was like, it's like I told my bro to chase his dreams. He's saying he had no chance in
Yeah.
his dream career. This dude said he
Playing
wanted to
NFL.
play for the wide receiver for the Saints.
He was like, bro wanted a career change at 29. He
Why?
said, do it. Why
Yeah.
not?
Do
Alright, he wanted
Do
to
you,
play
man?
for the.
Do you?
He wanted to play
But
for
like
the
they can
Saints.
use him though.
Yeah,
You got,
they
you
could.
got Bub Beans and who even else like. Oh man,
I don't even know who the other guy was. Like, someone else random.
is Alava even
Cedric
playing?
Wilson.
Nope.
Cedric
Olave's still
Wilson,
out.
Rashid's out. This is Rashid's. What's with Rashid?
He's done for the year.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
done for the year. Okay.
Yeah, he's done.
What did he go? Did he undergo surgery?
I think so. I think it was like a meniscus or something. Like, I can't remember
that's
what it was.
Yeah, yeah, it was meniscus. He's undergoing
Something,
surgery.
something in his knee.
But yeah, he's done.
He was having such a good season for an undrafted receiver. Like
He was.
actually think that's still crazy. Like I feel like we hear like running backs go undrafted and do like decent in the NFL sometimes, like James
But a
Robinson.
receiver?
But like a receiver, that's like unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys want to go over the power rankings, top five?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's do that.
All right, Con, you got yours?
Isaac, you start off, good.
All right, so number five, I've got the Vikings. I still have them there. They gave Detroit a really good run for their money. They still look good. Um, Number four, I've got the Bills. Not like they're
Lucky, yeah.
doing anything wrong, but I just think the teams ahead have proved more to be like ahead, and they look like stronger. Um, Number three, I have the Ravens. Self-explanatory. They've got, in my opinion, the MVP this year, along with last year. Lamar Jackson under center, playing like an absolute dog. Number two, I've got the Lions. They just beat the undefeated Vikings, who are no longer undefeated, and yeah, they've been on a streak since their one loss. So, and then number one, unfortunately, still the Chiefs because they are the only undefeated team in the league somehow. But yeah, that's my top five.
Nice.
Well,
I mean, okay, I guess I'll go.
you want to go? Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, I'll run it real quick. Five, it's the same teams as Isaac, just a little bit of a different order. Five, I have the Bills just because I couldn't put them higher than five. I think they're definitely top five, although the start was scary of that game, and I also think that they're still not looking like the best football team that they can be. So I'll keep them at five. Four, I have the Vikings. Again, that loss, it was a close game. They played a good game, but they have to drop because I have the Lions at three, and the Lions they just played they're just a good team all around. We'll see what happens without Williams, without that deep threat, but they're phenomenal right now. And then 2 and 1, I have the Ravens, and then the Chiefs. Reason why it's 2 and 1 like that, they could be 1A, 1B for me, but I have to respect the fact that the Chiefs are having probably one of their worst seasons in a while, and somehow they're still 6-0. So you got to
Their
like
offense
kind
has, but their defense
of, or
is
the,
like
yeah, sorry,
been
their offense.
one of the best
Right?
defenses like ever.
Yeah,
so far.
like their defense, their defense is playing. Yeah, I'll reword that. Their offense, and Mahomes himself has been having one of the worst seasons in your future, and they're still 6-0. So you got to nod the hat off to that. But the Ravens, they had a bit of a shaky start, but they're looking good. So that's top five right there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can't believe I have the Bills higher than you.
Yeah,
I respect it though. I respect it.
I have
You're
to be
humble.
honest.
I respect the honesty.
Just
So
so humble.
my list is honestly the same thing, like kind of 5 through 1, same as UConn.
Yeah,
The Bills, like kind of going with the same thing. Like the Bills, they're not above the Vikings yet for me. So
yeah,
the Vikings, as disappointing it was that they lost, like it was a close loss. Like they lost by a field goal against the Lions, which everyone puts them in like the Super Bowl conversation. So it kind of raised the bar for me for the Vikings a bit that they actually kept up. So 5 was Bills, 4 was Vikings, 3 I have the Lions. I still can't move them up into the top 2 yet, just because the Ravens manhandled the Bucks, whereas the Lions kind of struggled against the Bucks in that game. So like that's kind of my reasoning for it.
But sorry, before you finish there, the only reason why I had the Lions higher is because you are right, but the Lions just beat the Vikings, and the Vikings absolutely decimated the Ravens, like decimated them.
That's true. No, I
What was
get
it,
what
3?
you're saying.
So that's my take. But anyways, I'll let you finish.
Yeah. So like kind of going with that one, like I was kind of hesitant to put the Ravens at 2, but the way I saw the Ravens losing, it was kind of based on Justin Tucker missed a kick, it seemed like they just kind of wrote off the Raiders before they even played them, and then they're like, oh shit, we actually have to play this team. So that was kind of my take with it. And then number one, I have the Chiefs. They had a bye, so like they kind of just get locked into that spot. Just because like they were there, they're still number one. They're 6-0. Like there's no one really better than them right now, despite them having like the most injuries, kind of having the luck of the draw of always like being on top. They just know how to win. So it's kind of hard to kind of put them below or lower than one right now.
Didn't the Chiefs play the 49ers?
Sorry, yeah, I meant like the week before. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I got you.
yeah. Yeah, Chiefs played the 49ers, but I meant like the week before, like they've been locked since
Yeah.
before that for me.
Okay, I got it. Also, the 49ers, like, I want to talk about that game a tiny bit because we didn't really talk about it.
Yeah.
That, like, the 49ers kind of, I know the injuries are there, but, like, they still, like, they don't look that good.
No,
No.
They
They
don't look
don't.
like a good football team.
my Brock Purdy take has been coming into fruition perfectly.
It's aging like fine wine, I can't
It's
lie.
been aging, I'll give you that. But it's also like the guy
It's
has no one.
fermenting,
Like,
and it's
I get it,
fermenting
though.
fantastic.
But,
It is.
like, if he was
It
a
is.
quarterback that we were talking about, like Josh Allen, like Pat Mahomes,
Exactly. That's
he
what it
would,
is.
it would matter because, I mean, technically, like, Pat Mahomes made Juju Smith-Schuster look like a damn
Yep.
wide receiver one, right?
Look like a legend.
So,
Yeah, and
So-
Juju's actually injured, so DeAndre Hopkins is going to have to fill that role.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of the Hopkins trade?
I know we were
Honestly,
talking about.
Hopkins is better than Juju to me, so like I see it as an upgrade. But like at the same time, Hopkins has so many injuries himself, so
Yeah, I don't know. My take on it is I think Hopkins is like, I was saying this. I was talking to Isaac a little bit before we started recording, but I don't know if I'm just completely biased because I hate the Chiefs, or if my take actually makes sense. But I think DeAndre Hopkins is just a little bit washed, and I don't mean washed. Like I respect his career and I respect what he's done in the league and what he does for the league. But what I mean by that is he doesn't create separation like he used to. His hands have like his drop rate or his catch rate, I guess we would call it, has decreased over the years.
okay.
He doesn't have that extra explosiveness like he used to, and I don't know whether
true.
that's a cause from him playing in an offense like the Titans, or if it's seen maybe him play alongside Calvin Ridley, who's super explosive, who runs routes really fast, and I compared that. But the only thing
But they
keeping
both
me,
haven't done much. Like
I know.
DeAndre
Well, I meant-
and Calvin haven't done much this year.
but you look
Yeah.
at the athleticism from both sides, and you see Calvin Ridley being like, that's what I meant more so from the speed and athletic point of view. But the only thing that's keeping me like, okay, maybe D Hop can actually be that guy is one, Andy Reid. He's one of the best offensive minds in the league, if not the best offensive mind in the league. He's going to find ways to get him the ball and maximize his potential. And two, Pat Mahomes, right? One of the best, if not, well, not the best quarterback in the league, not one of.
I think it's like I think almost the complete opposite. Like I don't think obviously Hopkins is past his prime, but a Titans receiver hasn't been relevant since like AJ Brown, and even then like AJ Brown wasn't what he is in the Eagles system. The Titans
Yeah, but
system
he was
sucked.
new. But he was new.
He was new, but
AJ Brown was a new receiver.
The Titans system blows. Like no receiver has been fantasy relevant in years in Tennessee, simply due to the system. And their quarterback play's been horrendous. Like Will Levis looks like an absolute donkey. You got now Mason Rudolph. So I really don't think Hopkins hasn't performed because of him. I think it's been a recipe of his surroundings. Like how do you succeed in that environment or offense? I think he's going to be much better than he has been in the last like 2 seasons in Kansas City, in my opinion.
I'm kind of in the middle with it because like I agree with both of your takes. Like I don't think Hopkins is washed. I just don't think he's the same guy that he was. But also like Titans suck for receivers. Hopkins also been playing the game of like he's been injured majority of the time he's been in Tennessee. Like he plays like here and there. He doesn't practice, so like he doesn't really have much chemistry with any of like the quarterbacks that they put out there, right? So it's kind of been like, is it really Hopkins that's like washed, or is it just more Hopkins doesn't have any chemistry because he's not really practicing or he's not really out there? He's been hurt.
Yeah,
So
I
I think he's
agree.
going to be motivated now that he's on a winning team.
I think this
But
is just the perfect opportunity for Hopkins to succeed. Like you have Rasheed Rice go down with an injury. They've been
yeah,
using Juju Smith-Schuster, who has been serviceable, who also was nothing in New England, and
yeah,
then Juju goes down with an injury. He's not playing this week. It's a perfect opportunity for Hopkins to slide into that Rasheed Rice role and maximize what he has left of his NFL career. So
yep.
But I want to just make sure we all agree. By no means is he going to perform like Rashi.
No, oh
no,
no, God no,
no, I'm not
Okay,
saying
thank you.
that, but
God
I
no,
just want to make sure that's out there.
no.
even if he's like 50% of Rice,
I think
he's
that's his
still
ceiling,
I
50%.
think yeah,
that's still light years better than what he's done in the last 3 seasons. Light years.
So yeah, I mean, I guess my take was, I expect him to do better than he's going to do in Tennessee, for sure, because of just the situation. But I don't think he's going to be what everybody expects him to be. I mean, listening to First Take, listening to a few of people's analyst opinions, it seems like this is a for sure Super Bowl victory now. Whereas, like, I don't think it's like,
mm, I wouldn't go that far.
like, it's even if you get a trade let's say even they got like Amari Cooper, for example.
Yeah,
Even then, it's like I don't know if like it's a for sure Super Bowl. Like Devontae Adams, on the other hand, maybe that's a different question. But at the same time, I don't think DeAndre Hopkins is like gonna be your end all savior at the receiving position.
no, I don't think he will be.
Uh,
I just think he'll he'll get them to the point where they get deep into the playoffs. But I think they still need something else. Like I still think they need another piece.
well,
Well,
they got Pacheco coming
Hollywood
back. They
and
got
Hollywood
Pacheco coming
Brown
back.
is gonna come back by the end of the season.
Is he
No,
coming back?
Hollywood's not
I thought
coming
he's
back.
done.
He's out for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's in playoffs.
No, he's not coming
No,
back.
no, I thought he's done like for the whole
He's
year.
done for the whole year.
Okay,
But
interesting.
you
I
got
thought there
Pacheco
was.
coming back week 10, and
I thought there
Pacheco's
was
a
a
huge
chance.
part of that offense. Like,
Oh yeah,
He
for
is.
Capone's been
sure.
He is.
serviceable, but he's I don't know. Pacheco moves different in that offense.
Well, Pacheco's just a hard ass runner.
He's the heart of that team though with the offense. Like don't get me wrong, Kareem Hunt has been like doing a great job in the filling his shoes, but like Pacheco, like I don't know, he's a difference maker for them. I feel like
Yeah.
you
What
have
a
to respect
fall
the
off
run.
Carson Steele had, man. Dude, I had like some
Oh
crazy
my
trades
god.
in Dynasty for Carson Steele. Like I had like a second round pick in Brandon Cooks, and I declined it
Really?
because I thought Carson Steele was going to be the starting back. Well, Pacheco's gone, and
Yeah, that's
he
fair.
just lost his job
Carson Steele's
completely.
a little too slow though. He's on the slow side.
Yeah, I should have taken that. That was a
Yeah. Whatever.
bad manager moment there, but
Right.
you live and you learn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys want to do a quick game?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm good.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, guess the NFL player I'm thinking of.
All right.
Go on, you first.
Current player.
Yep.
Nice. 1 for 1.
Plays in the AFC.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
2 for 2. All right, good start.
AFC East.
Nope.
All right. Plays on an animal team.
Nope.
George Pickens.
Nope.
Jeez, I was like, what?
Imagine.
That's what I was like. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna throw one out there just because you did. Max Crosby.
Nope.
That
Okay.
would have been ridiculous. Defense.
Nope.
Okay.
It's probably a kicker.
That's probably something random. AFC South.
Nope.
Is this player injured?
Nope.
Does this player wear an even number?
No. Sorry, yes, he does. He does. He does indeed wear an even number.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just trying to think. Is there yellow in the color?
There
Or
is
any-
there's yellow. Yep.
Okay.
Is it Justin Herbert?
Nope.
Pass catcher?
Nope.
Is it Kamami Vidal?
Nope. He catches passes here and there. He got a 40-yard touchdown like 2 weeks ago.
I guess, sure. I thought you meant like a wide receiver pass catcher.
Cameron Dicker?
No.
I was gonna say, it better not be Cameron Dicker after you joked about it. Has this player been to the Pro Bowl?
I don't think so. Let me fact check. No, he is not.
Damn, I don't even know.
You guys are gonna be like, oh my god.
I'm feeling like it's gonna be something like this.
Yeah, I got Chargers?
Is that your question?
Yeah, that's my question.
No, it's not the Chargers.
AFC North?
Yep.
Oh, I've been thinking the wrong team the whole time. Hasn't been to not a pass catcher. Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Nice.
Damn it, that's who I had next.
Justin
I was
Fields, baby.
I don't
It's
know
a little
why.
tricky because he's like, it's easy to forget about him because he's not the starter anymore.
I
But
forgot about it, and then when you said, I should have not used the AFC North. But
Well, because I was thinking of the Browns. Like, I've totally forgot about the Steelers. I was thinking like
The
you
Browns?
said.
When did the
You said
where's the
'cause
yellow?
You said animals, right? And I was like, he said no. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, the
okay.
Browns are a
So
dog.
That's why I took AFC North out of my mind because I forgot about the Steelers and the Browns don't
Yeah.
have any yellow. So I was like, okay, Chargers.
Yeah, that was a little bit tricky, but
that was
pulled through at the end there.
That was a good one.
a good one.
So, yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, I think that concludes episode 13.
Jeff, do you know how we did this week?
Oh, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do have a record this week.
Let's go
I don't
over
have
that.
week 6 because I was sick that week, but
That's fine. That's fine.
week 6, I have.
week
Do you guys
6 or
want to
7?
guess what we did? Or sorry, week 7.
I guessed like we were like 13-10. Or sorry, not 13-10. That's crazy.
I was
10
like,
and 3.
damn.
13
10
and 10.
10 and-
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Aren't you in finance, bro?
Yeah. Not in that moment. 10 and 3.
10 and 3. Okay.
I feel like 7 and 5.
All right. So we ended the week 8 and 7.
Oh,
Oh, I was way off.
Yeah. So
There's 15 games.
yeah, there's 15. I thought there was. I was mixing up. Week 6 had the less games.
Okay, I thought there was more
Yeah.
teams on by. Weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, 8 and 7. At least it's
8
positive.
and 7. So a little positive.
we're still positive, guys. Overall,
We're still
I think.
positive. We're still
We'll
positive.
we'll have to tally up
Week
weeks.
6.
So-
do that.
Keep-
We'll
so
do
I
that
got-
for next week.
I got to tally up week 6, but our record before that, like before week 5 and week 6, like before weeks 6 and 7, our record before that was we were 43 and 35 before those 2 weeks.
That's not bad. I'll take.
So
I'll take a
we're still
positive.
positive, despite us not.
51 and 42 without week 6 right now.
All right,
What were the ones that we got wrong?
So the ones we got
Oh,
wrong
no.
are kind of they're ridiculous.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
They're Isaac being like, well, this might happen.
I know. is literally what I can recall some of these calls. I'm like, we should not have done this one, but so we picked the Broncos versus the Saints. We picked the Saints to win that one, which like, okay, that one was fair.
Yeah,
That's
Derek
fair.
Carr. We
I don't
it
mind
would have
that.
been a different game with Derek Carr under center.
Yeah.
I think.
This week, I personally bet on the Broncos, so it just shows you how much things change before the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dolphins and Colts. We picked the Dolphins. The Colts won that one.
Fair enough. Another weird one. Yeah.
But then this is where we kind of start falling off hard. We picked the Browns for the Bengals and Browns. We picked the Raiders for the Raiders and Rams.
I still don't mind
What
that
could have
one
went
either.
up? That could have been a toss up.
Yeah. We picked the Jets for the Jets and Steelers, which like that one
I don't mind that one either.
I don't mind it. It's just we should always know the Steelers pull out these wins somehow. The most ridiculous one was the Bucks beating the Ravens. That's what we had.
Yeah, a little ridiculous.
But it was kind of close though. Like it was a good game the whole
It
time.
wasn't close.
You take those Baker
The score was a lot
interceptions out.
closer.
Yeah.
If the two
Yeah,
receivers
sure.
stayed healthy and without those two interceptions, it would have been a different
Yeah.
game.
So like
Yeah.
it was a game like Mike Evans was already hurt going into that game, and then he got hurt on the first touchdown. Like at that point, I'm just like, what are you doing out there? But whatever.
Yeah.
And then the last one we got wrong was the Chargers Cardinals. We picked the Chargers to win that one, but like that one was off a field goal. So like
Isaac.
That one
You
wasn't
gotta
me,
tell us
guys.
next time.
There's no way
yeah,
that was.
Isaac
there's
wasn't
no way
believing
that
his
was
team
me.
enough for that week.
Isaac.
Yeah.
You guys
Isaac
are
had the
blaming me. I
Cardinals
definitely rooted for them.
Isaac
I
had
definitely rooted the
17
Cardinals there.
Cardinals this year, so
Yeah.
16-1.
be modest. Be modest.
Come on, come on.
I'm humble. Come on now.
Yeah, but I'll record the week 6 one and then send it off. But
We'll update.
Yeah.
We'll update,
We'll
you
update for
guys
next week.
For next. Yeah, but everything combined. So
yeah, but we're
Alright,
doing
guys.
pretty good for our record so far. So
Yeah, I'm not. I'm definitely not upset about that. We're positive again, so can't
yeah,
complain. you know?
exactly.
and I'm not too sure. We'll have to tally up the updates for the score for our sleeper and lock picks, and we'll get that
Oh,
next episode
Yeah.
too, just to
We'll have the
give
next one.
an update
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
where everybody's at, and because I think I'm pretty. I don't think I hit one yet. So anyway,
like a sleeper or a lock.
both to be honest. I think I've hit maybe one lock.
Okay,
and
Con.
then-
For now on, you're on sleeper and lock duty because
Okay.
Jeff's on the tally duty. I'm on the editing duty, and you're on sleeper
And
duties.
lock duty.
sleeper and
Yeah.
lock. Yeah.
Okay.
All
All right. See you guys
All right,
next week.
sounds good.
Cheers.
All right,
Cheers.
till next week. Cheers.